Welcome everybody to another video of Vinyl Addict. This is Chili, and today in rock, November 20th, 1981, Prince plays his first night on his 56-date North American tour, and 2001, Pink releases her second album, Missundaztood. Now before I get into this, please don't forget to hit the like button, comment on this video, share this video, and if you still haven't, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell for updates. Okay, so with that out of the way, we'll start with Prince. So he plays his first night on a 56-date American tour, his first headlining tour, and it's controversy tour, but it also has this theme called The Second Coming. Now The Second Coming, which you could see in the back of this album, says here, The Second Coming. It was to be a film, so there was a lot of shows that were being filmed, and an album, a live album to go with the film. And so a lot of these shows were captured, but the album just got shelved. And the whole project, and he went into 1999. Now, there has been some shows like the Houston show. You could see it's shot in black and white. You could see it on YouTube, and it is more of a rock show than anything else that you would see, like on Purple Rain, which was kind of like him doing more kind of new wavy kind of stuff, that Minneapolis sound, and there was kind of R&B mixed into it, where this was just more just kind of grimy rock and roll. And The Second Coming is a song that he wrote, and it is the intro music before the band comes on stage. And so what he played that night, I have the set list here of Stanley Theater, was, okay, The Second Coming, Sexuality, Why You Want to Treat Me So Bad, Jack You Off, When You Were Mine, I Want to Be Your Lover, Head, Anti-Christian, Dirty Mind, Do Me Baby, Let's Work. Now there's those 10 songs, and then the encore was Controversy, Uptown, and Party Up. So he has 4 albums. He didn't do anything from his first album, For You, and he wouldn't do anything on that album for the whole tour. And after the second album, of course, he does I Want to Be Your Lover, his top 10 single, and Why You Want to Treat Me So Bad, but the rest is Controversy and Dirty Mind material. And the songs are kind of improvised, they're longer, like on the song Head, he goes into this whole erotic kind of fellatio thing with his guitar. And so you could see that if you look it up on YouTube, the Houston show. And yes, too bad he did not put out the album and the film that went with it. Perhaps the estate will now put it out. He saved that kind of soundtrack / film thing for Purple Rain, right? So he did that 2 years later. Now, from that to 2001, we have Missundaztood by Pink. Now, this was her second album, and it was her first pop / rock album. Her first album was pretty much R&B, and L.A. Reid signed her and did not want this album to be made. He wanted her to make another R&B album, but she wanted to take this direction. She didn't want to sing other people's songs, for one thing. She wanted to write her own songs, and she also recruited Linda Perry herself, pretty much because she's a big fan of Four Non Blondes. And Linda said at the time, I'm making lo-fi garage rock, and she said, oh, that's cool, other than anything, other than R&B, she wanted to just start anew. So she eventually moved in with Linda and made 25 songs, 15 made the album, and the rest is history, right? So 13 million albums sold later. L.A. Reid still, was the executive producer of this album, and so he was happy. right? So Don't Let Me Get Me was a big success, Just Like a Pill, Get the Party Started. Now, that song was a song that Linda Perry wrote, which was like her first and probably only dance song, I guess, of the time. She had all of this equipment. She was just kind of haphazardly like thumbing around and trying to figure out, like drum machines and whatnot. And she came up with that song. And she first offered it to Madonna, and she turned it down. And so the rest is history, of course. And another song on here, Family Portrait, is a big smash. And the duet with Steven Tyler of Aerosmith, Misery, is somewhat like a kind of bluesy, kind of gospel-y kind of thing near the end, but it's kind of reminiscent of his 90s stuff with Aerosmith, like Crying, those Alicia Silverstone videos. It has that kind of feel to it, of course, like What It Takes. And it has Richie Sambora of Bon Jovi on lead guitar. And another great songs on here, because it gets kind of darker near the end. Gone to California is a song I like, a good deep cut. She's sort of talking about how screwed up and violent Philadelphia is, and that she's gone to California. The grass is always greener, right? Numb is a great song, and My Vietnam, which he wrote for veterans. She's a firm, she stands behind veterans. Her dad was one, and the song is really good. And at the end, there's like this electric guitar, that distorted guitar that Linda Perry's playing. It's sort of, it starts off and it is the Star Spangled Banner, but then it starts getting all distorted and weirded out. And so it's a good song. It's a really good deep cut as well. So, she did really well on this. 2001, Pink, Misunderstood. And that is my video. So leave me a comment below. Prince, Pink, the controversy slash coming, Second Coming tour. If you ever seen any of it, leave a comment. What are your thoughts? And on Misunderstood. And with that, I'll shut up and I'll see you guys in the next video.